Hi, good morning students. Today we will take the history as the continuation of the third chapter we were taking as the part of civilization, and the third chapter is the Indus Valley civilization. We have already taken the first part of it. I hope that you all have go through that text part and also the video clip and my explanation through video clip, and I hope that you understood what I have explained to you. And after each class you have to go to find out any questions which will come from the text part. That means you have to read first of all the text part, then you go to the my explanation with the text, then you have to go to make understand very clearly through the video clips I am sending along to these classes. Then it will be clear. And today I will send you all the remaining parts of the textbook as a scanned copy. Then I will send you also the Harappan or Indus Valley civilization method of farming, because we have to take that occupations of these people and their farming style, their way of dressing, what all things they were made, and the archaeological remainings the people could find out from these places, in order to believe that these people were lived in those places. Am I clear? Yes. Now we will start with today's explanation part. That means today we will take about the occupation of life of the people in that place. That means how they were living, what was their life in those times, and they had a good occupation there. What was their occupation? The Indus people had as their main occupation farming. You see here the farming. What they were farmed? The people grow wheat. You know, here we have wheat as our agricultural crop. So they also had cultivated wheat at that time. Wheat, barley, then maize, millet, all these were they cultivated as a main occupation they had there. They were mainly farmers, weavers, potters, metal workers that we have here now. The main life of these people had different occupations, farming, pot making, toy making. Is meaning of this word, I hope that you may understand. Farming, that means cultivating different types of crops. We have seen that wheat, barley, and this what we have said, maize, millet, all these were cultivated at that time. Then pot making. Pot making, you know, still we have the pots with the clay. They made the pots. Here you will see how these pots they were making. I hope you can see in this textbook what pot they were made at that period. And pot making was there, and in this before pot making we have seen that farming, agriculture, they have cultivated in those places, and they used plows and sickles. Sickles you may as a metal used in cutting the things. Sickles they used in order to cut the wheat plants, and the different methods of irrigation they had at that time. They domesticated many animals in order to what? To get the goods from or the food from these animals. Not only food, they will get the with the skin of these animals they wore. In the winter time, they wore weave the dresses, the clothes. They wore the clothes and like a clothes. Then, what are animals they domesticated at that time, including oxen, buffaloes, goats, sheep, pig, donkeys, and camels. They domesticated at that time, along with the farming. And there are the pot making. The pot making, they were very skilled people in using the potter's wheel. Pots were made with fine clay and then glazed it and decorated. Not only this clay, they form in different shapes as a pot, and then they will fine clay they take and they glaze it and decorated on the clay pots. Glazed it means it is very nice to see. Then toy making. Today, before time, our children were not that much of using the toys. But today onwards, I think nowadays we can see that in every houses they were playing with the toys. And these people were making the toys with terracotta. That means burned clay. The toys, figures of animals, statues, and all these they were making. Then, number of miniature cards, marbles, squirrels, and a toy bullock. These all things they were making at that time. Then spinning and weaving. What is meant by spinning and weaving? They were stitching the things, weaving their things to dress, to wear their body. So they were people who known to this making these spinning and weaving. They were skilled in that area. And metal casting. These Indus people produced tools and weapons of copper and bronze. Tools you see here, through the copper they used these metals, bronze items, this pot you see, then this dancing girl you see, these all are things they were made at that time. These all things are the remaining parts of archaeological things. At that time they could find out in those areas. From these they could understand these Indus people were lived in those areas. We have seen that where? In Pakistan. If it is the India, this northern part, northwestern part, Pakistan is there, and around this area also they spread out. That means Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Punjab, northwestern part of India. In those places also we could find out these remains archaeological remains. From this we could understand those people were lived there. And now we can understand something about the seal making. Their metal castings we have understood, and there they were making the buildings of the building industries of these things they were making. And they were making different types of seals. The seals they were made at that time are these. Seal, we know what is seal. The seal showing was the important craft they made, because on these seals I will show you from close to you that these seals are not simply seals, but it is decorated. And some figures of animals are there. Here you see, here also these seals are with the architectural type. That means they had seals of different type. Square seals are there, no? Then rectangular, which is the rectangular shape. This can be rectangular, not the square itself. This is almost a square. This is also almost square. Then rectangular. So these seals they were making can be, they are seals like a square, rectangular, and tablets shapes, and also most of them have short inscriptions upon there. The impressions of bulls I have shown you. The buffalo, tiger, goat, all these things were they drawn on these seals. Look here. Can you understand? I will send you the textbook part, those who have not yet the textbook. From that you have to watch that and understand what is there. Then the list of goods contained they were making at that time. And inscriptions just the owner's name. That means who made this seal. And we do not know, as nobody has been able to decipher. Decipher means clearly understand the Indus script. Clearly understand or read what is written there. Sometimes it has written some name. From that we are understanding that it can be the owner, one who made this seal's name is that. Then there was also the trade. What trade they made? The merchants. There are many reasons to believe that there were overseas trade existed. How? The remains of a dockyard have been found at Lothal in Gujarat. You have seen the excavations make us understanding that in Gujarat, Rajasthan, Punjab, in those areas these people were lived. So from there they find out these dockyard. That means they had these overseas trade. Then seals they were find out from there. Then Mesopotamian records mention Meluhha, a name used for the Indus Valley civilization. They find out from there. Then Mesopotamian seals also have been found out from there. So these people were going to the Indus River area. That means these Indus civilized people, and they have a trade with those people also, Mesopotamian people. Then these in Mesopotamian people were going there, and they were making the trade with those people, because Mesopotamian seals were also they find out in these areas. Then how they were dressed. Then the ornaments they were used. That you can see from a video clip I am sending to you. That video will explain very clearly how they wore the dresses and how the ornaments they used. Women wore a shawl around the shoulders and a short skirt held at the waist by a girdle. Men wore long, loose, unstitched garment without stitching, a loose garment. Both men and women wore ornaments. Not only the girls or women used the ornaments, the men also were. At this time, we people, men and women, both are using the ornaments like that. At this time also, both men and women used the ornaments. Then what was the religious worship they had? Then we have understood trade they had with the other people through sea route, and the Mesopotamians easily find out there, and these dresses, how they wore the dress, the ornaments they wore, and now the religious worship. What they worship the nature in the forms of animals, birds and trees. Now we know that the Hindu people, you know, most of you are Hindu people, no? You are still worshipping the nature. That means animals, birds and trees and all those things in the nature. These are the gods. In other words, these are God representing in these or in those things. So we are worshipping that nature. Those people were worshipping the nature, and they were worshipped the animals, birds and trees. And the remains were found out there. And the pipal tree held as a sacred for the dove, as an bird, sacred for the hummed bull also as animal. They worshipped them. So a mother goddess was also worshipped. Who is this mother goddess? You know, you have seen that in the picture I can show you which is the mother goddess. And you have to understand this. This is the mother goddess. And this is the dancing girl. At those periods, in their time, they used, they made. But they worshipped this mother goddess and the nature they worshipped at that time. And they had also the maid god, they have been founded. Some of them depict the god in yogic posture, surrounded by animals. Shiva, Pashupati, worshipped today also, is probably later adaptation of this male god. There were no temple structures among humanity. Some scholars believe that the great bath at Mohenjo-daro was used during religious ceremonies. We have seen in the next class, in the last class, that a great bath. There they made the religious ceremonies. No temples were used. The Indus people believed in the life after death. They buried their dead often in huge burial urns along with their food, ornaments, articles used by them in their daily life. And how the Indus civilization were declined. The Indus civilization lasted from 2500 to 1500. We know that I don't know whether you know, at that time the years were coming down to the 80 BC before Christ, and it was going downward. So from 2500 to 1500, these Indus people lived. And we are counting after that 1, 2, 3 centuries like that. And we are in the 20th century now. After the death of Christ, the year is counting, and now we are in 2020. And before that, the years were counting descending level, and now after that, the years were counting in ascending level. That means 1, 2, 3 goes up. 2502 coming down to 1500 before Christ. So the Indus civilization lasted from 2500 to BC to 1500 BC. Then the Mohenjo-daro excavation reveals that the city was destroyed over and over again and was rebuilt at the same site 9 times. After these excavations make us understand that they were destroyed, continuously destroyed, and they were rebuilt it at more than 9 times they were rebuilt it. But the exact cause of decline of this great civilization, this Indus Valley civilization, nobody knows that how it has declined. It is suggested that, some people are suggesting that the cities might have been destroyed by natural disasters. But the natural disasters can be flood. Water will blow to these places, and they were taking away all the soils on those places, and also the remainings of those places. So those places were declined by that, and different seasons were made at that. Climatical conditions, the floods, the cyclones, all these may cause to decline, as a cause for declining these civilizations. And up to here, is it clear? I hope that you understand what are things we explained now. And I am sending to you the video clips, and also the downloaded video clips, and also my class lectures video clips, so you can understand very well the class lesson 3rd of the history. And I will send you also, those who don't have the textbook, you can take from the scanned copy. I will send you the scanned copy of the text. 3 pages I have already sent to you when I sent you the first part of the 3rd lesson. Today I will send you the second part of the 3rd lesson along with the remaining part of the lesson as a scanned copy, and 2 more video clips. So I hope that then there is a River Valley civilization as a comparison. There is a page, it is made as a comparison. You go through the text, read the text, and try to understand the text first of all. And my explanations, if you don't understand, you can ask the doubts also. You can call personally. My number I have given you. Then you can call to understand anything if you need. Not simply calling to disturb. And after 8 o'clock, you should not call. It is not nice. And also you have to go through the video clips that will make you understand very clearly. And after that, in the next class, I will send you the question answers, and you have to write down these question answers on your notebook and study. And thank you all of you. I hope you have a nice day, nice time in this period. Okay?